How's it going? Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. So let's see here. Setting up the tablet over here so I can see. Let's see. There we are. Perfect. Hopefully everybody's had a good day. Let's see here. Just pinning this over here, you guys. We're doing a collection today. We decided we're doing a little bit classic Christmassy. We're doing a grapevine. Okay, that's pinned over there, so you guys should see it. Say hello as you come on, please. Hey, Tracy. How's everybody doing? So, Reshop's been getting a bunch of stuff in. Y'all gotta have a little sip of my Diet Dr. Pepper. That's like my thing. My Diet Dr. Pepper. My husband he drinks, hey, Angela. Girl, have you started oh, you know what? You just got it, so. Or you just ordered it to your bow maker. Hey, Donna. Okay, you guys, we're doing a collection today. So it's not a kit, but y'all can buy all the things and make it. So we're going to do an 18-inch grapevine. She got a bunch of 18-inch, or a bunch of grapevines in. This is the 18-inch. She's got oval ones too, but we're going with the round today. Okay? So we're going to use some, woohoo! So excited for you, girl. Okay, so we're going to use some of these. These are I believe it's the snowy cedar, I believe. I do know what it is. Right? I'm showing you stuff I shouldn't be telling you. I think that's what it is. No. Yes, so this is the frosted cedar spray, you guys. This is part of the collection. I grabbed like 3 of those. Because look, these are only $4.95. So, I had to get some of those. And these are new. We're super excited about these. These are like eucalyptus-y. They call these a frosted eucalyptus cedar. So, my vampire came out. Ooh, nice. Beautiful. So, isn't this cute? I got 2 of these. And these are $6.95, you guys. And then, let me get some berries. So these berries, she got these in. I got these because they have the longer stem. Then these are really great, especially if I'm going to put them into a grapevine. These are only $2.95. But look at these. I got like 3 of these. Because I'm probably going to break these up. So, but we'll see. We'll see. So let's see. Now we're getting a delay over here. That happens sometimes, and then they can't see the comments. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So that's what we're going to use. And then, okay, I'm going classic. So I just wanted red and green, but we're going to use just one ribbon, okay? It's a 7/8 fused. So we've got the red on the front and the green on the back. But I'm going to make a bow, and you're going to see both of them in there. So, and by the way, this ribbon, she has it in 7/8, in 1.5 inch, and 2.5 inch. So, oh, and if you guys have been looking for polka dot fused red and white ribbon, just saying, there's some over at the Reshop. I already ordered mine, so now I can tell you guys. 4 inch, it's polka dot on one side and red and white striped on the other. Yep. That went up today, so go check out the 4-inch ribbon. Don't be afraid of the 4-inch ribbon, you guys. We'll be making some bows. So, I'll have to show you guys. Hey, Sharon. I know, I love this. Okay, so you guys, if you guys have not ordered any of the deluxe ribbon, please do so. The wire on this is amazing. Look at that. I love it. And it's such a good price. It really is. So we're going to be using this. Okay, guys. I cleaned her up a little bit. She, grapevines, usually what I do is anything that's going to scratch a door, that's about as much as I clean up. I used to be a little nuts and just get, just everything, but it's a grapevine, so we want a little bit more natural look. Yes, the deluxe. Oh my, okay. So if you guys get Ferrosilk, the wire in this stuff is comparable. No joke. Like when they just came out with the deluxe this year, and it is no joke. It is amazing ribbon. The wire on this stuff is so good. Yeah, they don't mess around with it. I've been so happy with it. The 4-inch ribbon and the prices on them, yeah, really, really good. Hey, Ashley. Okay, you guys. So we're going to be playing around here a little bit. So I got this. So I'm going to put 2 of these in there, but I'm not going to break them up. But I am going to, fluff them out a little bit. Hey, Tracy. Thanks for hopping on, you guys. If you guys could sprinkle the love, I'd appreciate it. And remember, if you guys are not following the page, make sure you're following it here. Do all the things. Also, make sure you guys go over to my page, The Red Rustic Rose, and follow there. So we're going to pull these out a little bit. So just like usual, I like moving them forward and not just fanning them out, okay? Thank you, Stephanie. Now, I change my hair all the time. I go through phases where I put it up in a bun, then I do ponytails, and I leave it down, and right now I'm halfway undecisive, so it's halfway up and halfway down. That's how that goes. Okay, and then when I'm going to be doing this, you guys, so we're going to put 1 here, and then 1 at the bottom, and the third one's going to get cut up. So I'm trying to, usually when I put stuff into the grapevine, I kind of bend it so that it's to the shape of your grapevine. Okay, we're going to cut some of this length off because that's way too long. But I will tell you, little tip. Thank you, Tracy. Before I cut any of my stems, I always try and bend them first, just for the simple reason it's a lot easier to bend a long stem than it is a little short one. Okay. So we're cutting this here. So we have something that looks like this. It almost looks like a little half circle. Okay. So we're going to put this in here. And I am going to use zip tie up here at the top. With long stems like that, I tend to use a zip tie at the top, just so that it keeps it in place. And then I'll put some glue where I put the stem down there. I didn't dip it in glue, but it's okay. I've got a gun. Glue gun, guys. Okay. There we are. So we're zip tying there. So how's everybody doing? We're doing good? As usual, I don't tighten it all the way in case I got to put something around there, okay? So here we are. You notice, see what I mean? I bring it out. If you look at it sideways, see how it's coming out? It's coming at you. Okay. And I am going to put some ribbon in here, but I'm still going to add a little bit of glue, okay? Just be careful. Don't get glue on yourself. It will hurt. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. We're going to put the other one on the bottom. Creating all afternoon. Nice. Hey, that is a good day. That is a good day. Taking these lines off. I will tell you, anytime I get anything that says it's snowy. That's not even a word. Snowy or frosted or glittered. I usually put it over my trash can, and I just shake it out a little bit because it's going to end up all over your table. Okay. And then all I'm going to do now is, because it's going to go on the opposite way, I'm not going to bend this the other way. Same thing, kind of bending this here. Y'all, I got a shop vac for in here. Right, because I do a lot of grapevines, and I get a lot of, you know, bulky trash that falls, you know, pieces from the grapevines, glitter, stems, and stuff. And I'm tired of sweeping up, so I just want the shop vac. Y'all, I got this. And I know they, you know, they can really pick up the stuff. No, it was picking up my mat. My husband was laughing at me. He's like, babe. I'm like, it was pretty funny. I'm like, no, don't eat my mat. Stop it. Okay, same thing. You see the little hook, right? And we're going to be doing it like that. So a lot of times what I'll do is I will look at it to see where I want it, and then I'll mess around with this and I'll put it in. Same thing. We're going to put a zip tie here at the bottom. Hey, Dallas. Estella. How's everybody doing? Guys, I'm just pushing this in here. Yeah, so I was using my shop vac and it was eating all my supplies. I'm like, I better not drop something on the floor that I really want, else I'm going to have to go digging through that thing. I will tell you, it was very satisfying, though. I'm like, in no time. And I did end up getting one that's like a 12-gallon one. My husband's like, babe, 12. I'm like, I only want to have to empty it once a week. Don't judge me. I'm telling you. I should have videotaped that. I was like fighting with that sucker. It's like, let go of the mat. Don't do it. If I could, you know, like when puppies are biting things, I'm like, don't do it. Another little trick, you guys. I was trying to give you guys little tips. So see where I put the zip tie? Once the zip tie is in, it actually makes it easier to bend that down. Okay, once again, we're kind of pulling these up. Don't pull too hard. Is that going to be loose? That's going to be loose. If it's loose, put a little dab of glue. Don't get all crazy with that one. Put it on there. There we go. We're good now. Okay. So now we have our third one that we're going to use. And that one we're going to break up, and then we're going to start filling in this space here. Hey, Jesse Mitchell. All right, there we go. So yeah, this one we're going to cut up, and then we're going to put it in that area there. I like this. So I always like to make sure, even if I'm going to put a bow here, I still want greenery coming out here through the back, okay? And I also like greenery coming in through the front. It's going to be wonky right now because I'm working on it, so the weight is shifted this way. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, let's see. So we're going to break this up a little bit more. Probably. Okay. This up here. See, this is where cutting these pieces up really works. What do you mean? Like, this is one spray. This is a collection today. So, it's a spray. And then, and I'm using 3 of them. So I put 2 whole ones in, and then the third one, I'm using it and cutting it up. And then I'm going to put pieces there. Hey, Kathy Austin. But yeah, see, you can just... Also, that one's a really good deal, you guys. These are only $4.95 each one of these sprays. So see how much it's... I'm going to put a thing on this. You guys, whenever you're working on something, and if it wants to do that, all you do, and I think you've seen me do this before, you guys. I'll take a pipe cleaner. Oh, I was doing that last time. What kind of greenery to use for Christmas and winter? Really? Okay, hold on. Let me see. So I did this last time. If not, go to thereshop.com. Okay? So, greenery, I will tell you, on Christmas, obviously there's the regular greenery that you use, you know, your cedar, your pine and stuff. But if you're wanting to mix something else, I will tell you that from what I do, I'll mix whatever if it's green. I'll mix ferns. I'll mix all kinds of greenery. Ficus in there. You can do whatever. You really can. Your biggest thing is you're just trying to make it so that, right, you're not going to pick some, obviously you're not going to, let's see, that's how you do something. That's how you put one of those so that it then doesn't do that thing where it's tilting. Let's see. Okay, where am I? I need this to go up a little bit more. And I'll look, that's kind of leaning forward there. I told you, sometimes I'll look at the camera and I'm like, okay, I need that a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Usually, yeah, exactly. Any one of the, but as far as other regular greenery, eucalyptus always looks really nice. But yeah, you can use, one of my favorite ones are cypress. This is cedar. Cypress is a really good one. Even this year I've seen a lot of balsam. Those are nice too. And you can mix them with anything. So these are cedar. I'm mixing it. Look at this one. This one has eucalyptus. They're calling this cypress, but to me this looks more like the juniper. And it's got little cones. Okay? So see, this is kind of our base. This is what we're starting with here. What we're going to do now is we're going to make our bow and put it in, and then we're going to add the rest of the stuff around it, okay? But yeah, you can mix. I do all kinds of stuff where I mix all types of greenery. I also like the holiday greenery, like the needle pines. That one is super versatile. Okay, guys. Let's grab our bow maker. Yeah, they have so many different types of like pines, and I just call it winter greenery. I really do, because there's so many, and all it is just the shape of them. Cut that straight. And we're going to fold the bottom of this, okay? And then, as I usually do with these, I'm going to put a little, just a little, you don't got to get all crazy, just a little dab of glue. So yeah, this is going to be our beautiful, look at this, you guys. What's on here? Okay. So we're going to make nice flowy tail down with this because it's gorgeous. So our tail on this one is going to be, we're going to do probably like 18. We're going to do like 18. I think we're going to do 18. If I need to trim it, so be it. Okay, so we're going to go in. Then we are going to do 6.5. Okay, and remember this is a 7/8 ribbon. 6.5. And we're going to do 2. Remember, also deluxe, yes. Deluxe ribbon is, it really is just so amazing. And you can pair it up with anything. You really can. Okay, and we're going to come down here. We're going to cut that just a little bit longer because remember, we're going to fold that. And remember, it does not have to be exact. I will tell you most of the times my tails are not exact. They're usually a little bit staggered. Okay. Yeah, she's got oh, if you guys the other one that she just added is a deluxe 4-inch, but it's the one that you can use for like the candy themes for Christmas. So it's like pink with blue and the mint green. Y'all go check it out. It is super pretty. And she's got that in the 4-inch and 2.5-inch. Okay. And all you do is just hold it just for a minute. Okay. Okay, now what we're going to do, you guys, we're actually going to dovetail this. And I'm going to put a strip of this with the green side facing up. Remember, it's double-sided. Okay? And I'm going to put that right there. Just a little bit lower than that, maybe 1/2 inch. And all I'm doing is adding the tail here, you guys. And it's going to be, our tail here is about 18. I'm going to cut it about halfway. And then I am going to dovetail this. Okay, remember I told you guys I add tails a lot. But now we're incorporating the green with the red on the opposite. So now we're going to come in with this. I'm only folding the very first ribbons. The rest of these I'm going to dovetail. Okay, then we're going to come in about 1/2 inch. Where this one was 6.5, we're going to make this one 5.5. So I am bringing them in 1 inch, okay, instead of the typical 1/2 inch. Okay, 5.5. And this one's going to be a little bit longer than this one. So I'm kind of staggering my tails, you guys. Okay. Now what we're going to do is not knock that over. Don't want to do that. Once again, we're going to do the green side. Bring that down about 1/2 inch. And this time we're going to do this 4.5. So remember, 6.5, 5.5, 4.5. And we're going to cut this one a little bit shorter. So like I said, I tend to stagger my tails. Okay. Now we're going to take this. We are going to dovetail this, and it's going to be the red side up. We are going to bring it almost all the way to the bottom, about an inch off there, because I want a long tail. And then I'm going to do a 3-inch bump. Dovetail that. Let's move this over here. Put the pin in there. Oh, I did not grab a zip tie, which I should have. And we're going to grab a red. And we're going to grab a brown to put in our wreath. Okay, you guys, we're going to lift this up. One finger on one side, thumb on the other, squeeze. I am using a little bit thicker zip tie just because this is very thick ribbon, the wire on this. So I probably wouldn't use a 4-inch zip tie on this because it's like a, you know, it's a pretty sturdy wire. Okay. So we're going to, you guys know, I'm going to finagle my tails, y'all. Moving those tails up here. Remember, this is just 1 5/8 ribbon. I'm just using both sides of it. Come in here. Give it a nice little tug. And look at it. Remember, when I put it up there, I'm probably going to mess around with the tail some more, but look at that. Look how pretty that is. Hey, Tamika. Look at that. Classic, right? We got our red. We've got our little loop there in the center. So we're going to put this right there. And then we're going to add some of our other stuff and our berries. Push it through the grapevine. Don't do it around in case something happens. You don't want it falling off. And cut a little bit of the extra off. Just make sure you leave some so you can tighten it when you're done. Thank you, Patricia. But look at all those tails. And remember, if you want to do that, you can. We're still going to move some of this around, so I'm just kind of showing you how it's going to go on there. But look at that. That is pretty. She pretty. Okay, let's bring in. Thank you. I know sometimes, you know, I get hung up sometimes when I'm like, oh, I need like several colors of ribbon and everything. Sometimes you can just use one, and that's enough. So now we're going to come in and we're going to use this. We're going to cut some of these up. Okay. Make sure you're using a good amount of glue. as usual, don't touch that, behind the bow. Okay. And I'm going to bring some of those leaves forward. Okay. So look at that right there. And we're just going to start adding. This bush has really, really nice, the wires on this are really nice and thick, you guys. Really nice and thick. Okay, so I put that one up there. I'm probably going to put one down here. I tend to put one up on the top, then one at the bottom, and then I work it, you know, work it around. Just because I like to make sure you kind of have it everywhere. Some are coming down here. Okay. So I'm bringing some of those leaves forward. But look at that. Super, super pretty. And I got 2 of these, you guys. There's a lot in this. See if you guys can see it. We got our little cones. They're plastic. They're like, uh-oh, I pushed it too hard. They are plastic. What did I just do? Oh, I pulled it apart. See, I was messing with it. What did I do? I did. So these are little plastic ones. And I went and messed with it. It's okay. Hold on. I'll put it back once it's... Can I take that off? Maybe? Oh, it's on there really good. Okay. So we're going to keep adding these all through here. Now, if you notice, I'm adding them in between and then pulling them forward. Okay. This may be a little long there for where it's at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim that. So the first greenery that I put down is kind of my border, about as far as I wanted to go. I don't want it to go too much past that. So what I'll do is now I'm going to take this and come in here. Okay. Now we're adding these there. So now we kind of got it everywhere there. So it's in, down there. I just got to add it over there as well. So we're going to keep adding this as we go here. Perfect. So what do you guys think, right? This has got like all the nice, pretty... I'm a huge fan of things that have different textures in them. So that's why I really, really like this one. Because you have the eucalyptus. You have the other winter greenery on there. And now it's going to be kind of peeking out in different areas. Yeah. And that's the whole thing. I wanted something that looked classic, right? And it doesn't get any more classic than a red with green. So that was like my whole direction with that. I wanted to make sure that it was really going to be something that was going to be nice and pop. And I'm going to add some red berries on there. That's going to really pull it together. So once again, you notice putting it there. It's down here. Now we have to put some here. And then we'll put in some on the inside and some down the center. Okay? You can't find it on the reshop.com. Oh, it's under... Why is this not working? Where is there? Let's see. If you go to the reshop, but there, I just posted it again. If you go to the reshop.com and you look at the little, on the side right on how to search for items, if you look at where it says other, there's a link that'll say lives, and it's the very first one. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Tracy. I missed that one. I appreciate that, you guys. So I'm going to cut this one a little bit because I'm going to put it down the center here. Okay? So I'm going to take this. And if you notice, it's facing downward, right? So we're going to push that out. So now this, you have leaves coming down and out. I'll take this other one and kind of do the same. Just going to go down further a little bit. The biggest thing is when you're putting things into your grapevine, you want to make sure they go in. If you are struggling to put in like a stem into the grapevine, right? Here, I'll show you. Take your needle nose and grab it a little bit higher like that and use that to push it in. Sometimes you put glue on there and you go to use your hand and you're going to put your digit in glue. But also sometimes your grapevines are very nice, thick, right? They're nice. What happened? Okay, there we go. I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, sometimes the grapevines themselves are tight. So what you do is you take your needle nails like that, and you can, right, dip it in glue and push it in. It makes it a lot easier. That way you're not doing that fighting thing. Okay? I don't like fighting with my stuff. Okay, so you see how that's all getting nice and full? I'm going to put one right back here. Because if you notice, this is kind of coming out a little bit, but then right here it kind of goes in. So I need something to kind of bring that back to the length that I want. So I'm adding glue, and this time this is going to go right back here behind some of this. Now I may need trim that down a little bit because it may be too long. So we'll see. But see how that's going to add a little bit more right there? Just spread those out a little bit. And sometimes you have to come in and add little pieces so that it doesn't look wonky. And that's totally fine if you have to do that, okay? I always say don't get, you hear that, what's that phrase? Don't get lost in the trying to do the great for the good kind of thing. So we're just getting those pieces there. Just mixing some more. So yeah, sometimes you'll see them and you're like, what is happening? It's totally fine. Don't worry. And remember, we still have this one. Hey, Barb. Which I'm probably going to, honestly, that's going to fill that gap right there. So we're going to take this and give it a little trim. I always save some. I'm not going to lie. I always save some of these, at least one piece of my greenery. Let's see. I may need to go a little shorter. Hey, Darla, welcome. Gorilla Glue. Gorilla Glue sticks. That is the only glue I will use. One of the most important things is to make sure you are using good glue. You don't ever want to skimp out on glue. Okay? Okay, there we go. See? See? So now we've got this here, this here. I'm going to add a little one of these little pieces in there. You're gonna love, yes, Gorilla Glue. I live in Texas, and it's the one thing that does really well with the heat here. I don't want to have to worry about my stuff falling off, and I use Gorilla Glue. Okay. So I'm adding another piece of this in there to bring more of that eucalyptus, right? Now I'm going to have to redo that. Because remember I told you guys, whenever you're doing it, it's going to be, the weight's going to shift. So that's why it starts doing that. So when you hang it up, it's going to ideally go like this. See? It all brings it all down. Yeah, same thing. You don't want to have to worry about... Hold on, you guys. All I'm doing is just moving my pipe cleaner over to where I have it hung up. Just because I don't usually hang them to... See, that might do it. Let me see. Yeah, that may hang a little better. That may hang a little better. Yeah, see, the coal, same thing with the hot, is if you're not using good glue, and remember, it's like anything else. Even the good glue, it can only stand so much. Okay, now we're going to come in with some of these pieces. And we're going to come in through the inside here. Remember, whenever you're doing your wreaths, don't forget about doing the inside of your wreath, okay? That's one of the things that's... Because sometimes you get hung up on doing the outside of it, right? And you want to make sure and all that, but then we forget to put things on the inside here. So I always like to make sure. I'm going to move some of this around. That way you see a little bit of everything. So if I lift this up, you're going to see eucalyptus here. You're going to see the little pine cones. You're going to see the cedar. Okay? There's at no point anywhere on this wreath when you look at it, it's not going to look cohesive. So that's a really big thing. Okay, so we're going to leave this to the side. Because, you know, I'm probably going to find a bald spot when I take a picture. Because that's how that usually goes. So now we're going to come in with our berries, which are really going to help tie in our red ribbon. Y'all, I was trying not. There we go. A lot of these stems, words are hard, friends. The stems are covered in paper, so use a pair of scissors to cut your stickers off so that way you don't peel it off. And then you're like, dang it, man, dang it. Okay, so we're probably going to cut this right there. I'm going to bring in some of these berries. I like these because they're nice and long, and they're going to fit in very well. So we're going to come in, as usual, I start at the top behind the bow. So, and remember, just like anything else, you're going to have some berries in front of and behind your greenery. You don't want your berries just going behind your greenery or just in front. You want them incorporated nicely into your wreath. So I always pull things forward, backwards, kind of a little bit everywhere. Okay. And then, like I said, then I'll usually go to the bottom. So we're going to put this, well, let's put it right around there. And if you notice, I'm pulling the longer piece towards the longer bottom part of the wreath, and then this goes here. So you guys, all of a sudden a bunch of people are buying Halloween right now. Getting all these Halloween orders. So now we're going to come up here and put a piece up here. So I felt like everybody was ordering fall, 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 and now they're ordering, now I'm getting a lot of Halloween. Okay. And I do move my greenery around so that I don't end up sticking glue onto it. Okay, there we go. So we've got that piece there, and I'm going to move this piece this way, towards the center. Okay, so now you kind of see it there too. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to add this one towards the outside, right down here. Are. Okay, now we're going to take this smaller piece and going to bring it through here on the inside. Remember, I told you guys, I like having a little bit of everything everywhere. So we're working here. I got to add another piece here and another piece here. That way you're spreading your red everywhere, your red berries. Probably going to cut that little piece there off. We're going to add right over here. Okay, there we go. Sometimes you gotta wait till you feel it. Okay. You can use our needle nose just to bend that a little bit. You see how it's kind of coming out? It's kind of sticking out. I want it a little bit down more. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to take this, and this has berries there on the bottom, so I'm just going to pull them off. You're not going to be able to see it anyways. Don't be scared, it's okay. And then we're going to come up here. And we're going to have that right there. So if you see, so now I'm going to add a little bit of berries through here. Because if you notice, it's kind of got everywhere there. Got that little one working there. There we are. So I need probably one there, maybe one there. I think we're going to do that right there. Great part about this is you just pull the little berries off on the bottom. And you'll be good. So we're going to take this. Actually, let me cut this into 3. Hold on. Okay. Sometimes you don't need a lot. Okay. So I'm going to take this one. Add that right there. I'm going to take this little piece. And we're going to add that right there. And now we're going to take this piece. We're going to add it on the outside right here. That's going to be all our berry action. Okay, pull some of these forward. Okay. I can take this off. Got all these beautiful tails. But look at that. We've got all of our, so we've got our cedar, we've got our eucalyptus mix, we've got our red berries that we cut up, and then of course our bow with our fused ribbon, 7/8 inch, and we just spread those all around. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Okay. Let's get it. This thing keeps getting bent. I need to get a new one because it's making me crazy lately. So yeah, so when you hang it up, it's going to hang like this. Beautiful. But right now, it's trying to make me crazy, so it's doing that. Stay right there. See, it's fighting me. Okay, you guys, it is a collection. It is pinned at the bottom. Some people said it was not working. If it is not working, go to thereshop.com. Go over to the section where it says others, or sorry, other, and that'll pop up a live section, and it's the very first one on there. Thank you guys. Make sure you guys are following the page here, the Reshop, and then make sure you guys are also going over to my page, the Red Rustic Rose, and follow me there. I'll be back Thursday. I'm not sure what I'm doing Thursday yet, because I'm headed back to the Reshop to grab some other stuff. So I'm not sure what day what do you guys want to do? Fall, Christmas? I don't know. So much stuff. Who knows? But yeah, so make sure you guys are doing all the things. Go over and check out all the new ribbons that came in. Some gorgeous 4-inch came in. I already got some that has red and white polka dots, and on the back it's the fused like this, but in 4-inch with red and white stripes. Absolutely stunning. Okay, you guys, so make sure you guys are doing all the things. And Nutcracker swag. Oh, maybe do some fun stuff. Okay, you guys, have a good one, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Bye, guys.